Hi, my name is Marilyn Harder. I'm a Pilates instructor and Pilates master trainer, and a mom and stepmom of 5 amazing kids. If you're at home and you're looking for a PE alternative or something fun for your kids to do, we're going to take you through a fun Pilates with Kids classic. So today I have Lexi, she's 10, and Gavin, he's 11. Awesome. So kids, if you've never done Pilates before, or adults you've never done Pilates before, we're going to start with some terms of movement or some connection points. So every move in Pilates has a pair, a muscle that activates and a muscle that activates against it. So the first pair of muscles that we're going to talk about is our abdominals and our glutes. So I want everyone out there to engage their glutes, aka squeeze your buns. Okay, now exhale out all the way. Take a nice big inhale in. Exhale, blow out all your air like you're blowing out 1,000 birthday candles, and feel your abdominals fire in against the glutes. Do you feel it, Lexi? Do you feel it, Gavin?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I say connect the core, we're talking abs against your glutes. All right, the second pair we're going to talk about is our shoulders. So it is our scapula. Oftentimes we are shrugging our shoulders up to our ears, especially when we get into the movement. So we want to think about trying to draw our shoulders down. So everyone reach their arms fingertip to fingertip, like you're trying to reach across the room. Okay, now I want you to flip your palms down to the floor and shrug your shoulders up. Now, start to flip the palms up to the ceiling and see if you can keep your shoulders shrugged up. Do you see how as you rotate, how your shoulders naturally start to drop down?
No.
And your head comes over your shoulders. So if you're like Lexi and you're a little hypermobile, make sure you keep those ribs in, right? You want to draw your shoulders back and down. Okay, now with those shoulders back and down, we're going to exhale out completely and pull our ribs in. So nice big exhale. Feel those ribs and shoulder blades connect. That's our second pair. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with a little warm-up. If you haven't turned on some fun music, now's the time. All right, Lexi and Gavin, you guys can go ahead and stand up. Let's take those arms out to the side. And we're going to go ahead and get a little space, a little air traffic control, right? So there we go, Lexi moved up. And then I want you to imagine you're lifting up 500 pounds of weights with both hands. Keep your shoulders back and down. See if you can resist that movement. Now you're going to push down like you're pressing down 500-pound springs, really pushing them down to the earth. Do you guys feel how you can create that resistance? Mm-hmm. Yes, go again. Push up that 500-pound spring. Okay, now this time as we push down our 500-pound spring, take your feet out nice and wide, and we're going to add a little squat. Push down that 500-pound spring, pause. Pause and make sure that your knees are tracking over your toes. How are we doing? Okay, now imagine you're going to stack your shoulders right over your hips, aka over your butt. A little taller there, Gavin, if you can. Draw your shoulders back over your hips. There, do you feel more buns? Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, now let's go ahead and add in our lifting of our weights. Lift up 500-pound weights. Good. Now press down 500-pound springs. You got it. Make sure your buns are working. Keep going. As you guys continue to move, it's all about connection and control. So Pilates is about moving your body in a way that we're not jumping or bouncing into our joints. We'll go ahead and go one more. Inhale, lift. You got it. And let's go ahead and take those arms down. Come down into that nice wide squat. And we're going into a half range of motion. So hands to your hips. Pull your ribs in. Imagine you're a snowman. Your hips are the base of your snowman. Your ribs are going to come over your hips. Ooh, I almost fell backwards. And your shoulders and your head are going to come on top. And let's go ahead and go halfway down and engage to lift. Halfway down and engage to lift. Good. This is standing footwork for my Pilates friends. Halfway down. Engage to lift. We'll go one more. Halfway down. Now hold it there. Now squeeze those glutes. Squeeze your buns. Go up 1 inch. Come down 1 inch. Good. Are you feeling your abdominals fire against your glutes? You got it. We'll go ahead and go one more. Perfect. And let's go ahead and stand all the way up. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's bring our feet into a nice tight parallel position. And we're going to lift up to a tall calf raise. So lift to your high toes and pause. Now squeeze your buns and see if you can bend one knee and put one heel flat on the floor. And then lift and switch. Good. Try and keep your balance. So if you are losing your balance all over the place, keep your eyes across the room at something that's not moving. Now press the tongue to the roof of your mouth. It helps with your balance. And squeeze your buns and find your core. Well, go ahead and go one more each way. Do you feel your calves burning? Mm-hmm. Good. Last one. Perfect. All right, we're going to our rounds. We're warmed up. We're going to start with a wall push-up. All right, kids, find your wall push-up position. Hands are going to be on the wall or a counter. Shoulders back and down. Step your feet back, lift up to a nice high toe. Elevate. Good. Now, if you need to step back a little bit, step back a little bit. All right, elbows are going to point towards the floor. We're going to work our triceps. And we're going to bend the elbows in a tricep push-up and slowly press it away. Slower is harder. Elbows bend. If you feel your back start to sway, think about reaching your tailbone towards your heels. We'll go one more. How we doing, kids?
Good.
Good. Good. And now let's hold it there. And let's flex our heels down to the floor. And then lift up to a high toe. Shoulders back and down. Flex those heels down to the floor. And lift up slowly to the high toe. One more. Drop those heels down to the floor. Lift up to a nice high toe and go ahead and walk your feet in. All right, we're going to go ahead and come down to the floor in a quadruped position, which means hands and underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. All right, so I want you to take a moment and exhale out completely. If you have hypermobile elbows like I do and they're floating through, make sure that those bends of your elbows are looking towards each other. Now, send your right foot back behind you and tap the earth. Squeeze your buns and draw up the abdominals. All right, now we're going to engage your right glute and then float that leg up. And then tap it down. Make sure your eyes are staying out there. Try and keep your hips squared, abs draw in. And we'll go one more. Now we're going to add on. Let's shift our weight to our right hand and extend the left hand out in front of you. Okay, now let's see if we can lift that right leg up and balance. Squeeze everything. Shoulders back and down. Abs draw in. Hold it. 3. Pull in those abs, Lexi. 2. More buns. And 1. Bring it back in. All right, let's switch. Send that other leg behind you. If you're laughing and giggling, you're doing it right. Engage your back left glute. Find your abs. Shoulders back and down. Let's go ahead and float that leg up. And then tap it down. Engage the glute. Lex, look at the floor, not at yourself.
No.
Well, go ahead and go 2 more. It's better if your neck is in alignment. Last one. Don't hyperextend those elbows, baby. Good. Now hold it out there. Now see if you can shift your weight to your left hand and float that right one up there. Good job, Gavin. Engage those buns. Engage your abs. Let's see if we can hold it for 4. 4, 3. Good balance. Flex your back foot if you can. 2. And 1. Good. Go ahead and bring it on in. Second set of push-ups. You can either head back to the wall or like Gavin here, he's going to stay on the floor.
I want to stay on the floor.
Go for it. Lex, move over here so that way Gavin's got his show though. Okay. All right. Step back. You can face towards the camera or sideways. And let's find our nice high toes. Shoulders back and down. Elbows draw to the floor. Bend through those elbows. And press it away. You got it. We're going slow. Remember, our abs fire in against our glutes. Abs and buns. Shoulder blades against ribs. 1 more. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and come back down to our quadruped. On all fours. Hands underneath shoulders. Knees underneath hips. Now this time we're going to try and extend both the right arm and the left leg together. So, draw on the abs, engage the buns. Extend the left leg and the right arm. See if you can pause. Push your right shin into the floor. The more you push it into the floor, the more connection you'll get. Now, let's try and draw our elbow towards our knees underneath us like you're crunching in. Tap them, and then send it back out into balance. Good. Keep that connection. Draw it in. Elbow towards that knees. Crunch it in. And extend it out into balance. We'll go 1 more. Elbow to knee. Crunch it in. Extend it out to balance. and then bring it all the way back down. Recenter, shoulders back and down, and switch. If you've got some wigglies like Lexi, if you want to run around or dance, go for it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, try and extend that left leg, right arm. And she's trying to make us lose our balance a bit. Now let's add in that crunch. Draw it in, crunch it through. Dance, wiggle it out, monkey. Extend those legs and arms out. Crunch that elbow towards your knee. Good job, Gavin. Extend it out. This takes a lot of control. One more. Crunch that elbow to that knee. Extend it out and bring it back down. All right, my dancers, go ahead and have a seat back on the floor. We're going to roll over into a seated position. Okay. In the seated position, I want you to engage your buns, squeeze your glutes, grab behind your knees, and sit up nice and tall. Good. Now imagine you're holding a laundry basket, and I want you to push your legs into your hands. And as you push your legs into your hands, you should feel your biceps work. Flip those elbows up. There you go. And feel your shoulders draw back and down. Okay. Now, with that activation, we're going to extend the arms out in front of us. And we're going to start to curl down through those abdominals. We're not going to go all the way. Draw in those abs. Pause when you get to a place that's hard. Whew. Let's take a couple good deep breaths there. Big in through the nose, shoulders back and down. Blow out all that air. How we doing, Gavin?
Good.
Good. We'll go ahead and go one more. And exhale, blow out all that air. And stack back up nice and tall. All right, we're going to come all the way down to the floor now. So engage those glutes, squeeze the buns, and roll it all the way down to the bottom. Try to use those abs the whole way down. Bring your hands down to the floor and bring your knees in for a bridge. Bridge, we're going to squeeze our buns and lift our hips. Palms flip up to the ceiling to feel our shoulder blades draw back and down. And then we're going to exhale, engage the buns, and lift our hips up towards the ceiling. Good. Make sure you're on your shoulders, not your neck. Your neck wants to be nice and long. And we're going to come halfway down and then engage your glutes to lift. Imagine you're trying to stick your butt out to the floor. That's it. Good. You want to be hinging at your hips, not rounding at your back. If you want it to be harder, flip those hands up towards the ceiling. We'll go ahead and go two more. And then on the last one, hold it up there. Buns are lifted, neck is long. And let's see if we can shift our weight to our right leg and march one leg up towards the ceiling. And then slowly tap it down. And then the other. Engaging in that marching bridge. We'll go one more each way. You guys got it. Hang in there. Buns are burning. If at any time you feel wiggly, you just jump up and dance. Last one. Set those feet down to the floor and lower back down. All right, let's wrap our hands back behind our head to add in some ab work. Lex, if you want to dance, go for it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're cradling our head right into our hands and we're drawing our chin in, giving ourselves an activation in the front of the neck. Best double chin. And exhale, we're going to chest lift up. Eyes gaze at those knees. Shoulders back and down. Do you feel that work, Gavin? Mm-hmm. Make sure your chin's not touching your chest. Pull your head into your hands. There we go. Come halfway down and then crunch back up. Good. Keep going. The more you pull your head into your hands, the less you're going to feel the work in the neck and the more ab work you're going to get. We'll go one more. Crunch it up. Hold it there. Now we're going to rotate across. Take the arm towards the back of the room, across to the knee in the front of the room in a rotation. And then come back to center and switch. Remember, our glutes are our opposite muscles of our abs, so every time we are working our abs, we should be squeezing our buns. We'll go last one each way. Once you're even, right to left, come back to center, lay that head back down. All right, second set of bridges. We're going to make them a little harder. All right, press those hands into the floor, engage the glutes, and lift those hips up towards the ceiling. If you like what we did before, do what we did the first set. Otherwise, set those arms up towards the ceiling. All right, lower those hips halfway down. And when you squeeze to lift, take the left arm out to the side, but don't hit your adult/kid. Lower those hips halfway down, bring that hand in. Take the other one out to the side. Are you guys feeling that in your butt? Yeah, those glutes, good. Slower is harder. Last one each way, taking that left arm out to the side. This adds in a little bit of oblique work. Last one, take it out to the side. And let's go ahead and hold it up there. And if we can, with our hands up in the air, let's draw one knee up into tabletop. If all of a sudden you're like, oh, that got really hard, dig your elbows back into the earth. And then set it down, and we'll do the other side. Find the control. If you flop out of it or need to rest, go for it. And then let's bring that first leg up, extend it straight up towards the ceiling. Lower those hips halfway down, tap the floor if you need to. And then engage your glutes, lift that leg back up. We'll go one more. These ones are extra hard. So if it feels really, really hard, go back to something that feels good. Both feet back on the floor. Okay, we got to even out. Arms up. Let's lift those hips. Shift your weight to the other side, extending that leg up towards the ceiling. Lower those hips halfway down and engage the glutes to lift. Are you guys feeling that challenge?
Yes.
Yes, we got one more. Woo! Okay, set it down. And let's go ahead and bring our knees to our chest for a moment and just rock out anything that built up. All right, we're going to go ahead and do one more set of ab work here. So let's find what's called a Pilates V. It's going to look like a frog. Our knees are open wide, our heels are together in that tabletop. Hands are going to come behind our head, and we're going to exhale and chest lift up to look at our thighs. Now, as you look at your thighs, make sure you're not pulling your head forward, right? Those hands are a cradle. If you're having a hard time and you keep pulling on your neck, reach your hands towards the center of the room instead. Okay, now we're going to exhale and extend those legs. Blow out all that air, extend those legs. Oh, that got hard. Inhale, bring it in. If it bothers your low back, send them up to the ceiling rather than out. Exhale, let's go two more. And bring it back in. We've got one more. Exhale, send those legs out. Bring them back in. And let's grab in front of our knees and we're going to rock up to a seated position. All right, we're going into some sideline legs. This is our last set. Hang in there, guys. So we're going to lay on our side and tuck our hand behind our head. So you want to just wrap that hand behind your head. Your top hand is your kickstand. Put it in front of your ribs and kind of push down so your bottom rib lifts up. Your top leg is going to reach away from you. So try and lift that leg and reach the heel towards the wall away from you. Keep that hand in front of you and try and keep your shoulders stacked over shoulders, hips stacked over hips. Now we're going to lift and lower that leg. As you do, try and keep that rib lifted. In order to lift the leg, you want to squeeze your buns. See if you can squeeze the buns to lift the leg rather than just trying to lift the leg. Whew, 5 is our number, so we've got 2 more. And last one, now hold it there. And let's add circles, small circles. You should feel it in the corner of your butt. Are we feeling it there, guys?
Yes.
Good. And reverse it, other way. Last 2. And 1. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and come back to all fours. We're going to step that foot back that we just worked to make a nice long line. We're going to a plank, and that plank we're going to take up to pikes, which is super fun. So push away the earth, shoulders back and down, step the other leg to meet it, and find that nice long plank. Imagine your heels are reaching in one direction and your head is reaching the other. Try to get as long as you can. Now, crown of your head, not your eyeballs there, Lexi. There you go. Now go ahead and pike your hips up towards the ceiling, lifting through the hips, and feel your shoulder blades drop back and down your back. And now engage the glutes and slowly lower it. Think of this as a reverse bridge. Slowly bringing it in. Reach heels to crown of the head. Let's go again. Pike those hips up. This is kind of fun, don't you guys think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then engage through the glutes. Lower it down. Reach heels to the crown of your head. And we'll go one more. You got it. Pike your hips up. You got it. If you feel too long there, Lexi, walk your toes in towards you just a bit. And then engage the glutes. Lower it down. Now we're going to try and flex our feet and then point our toes. We'll go one more. Keep your shoulder blades down your back. Remember, eyes gaze forward. And last one. Ooh, this is hard. And then we'll go ahead and bring those knees down and add ourselves a little child's pose. If you're dying, we've got one more thing left. We get to do our legs on the other side, even out. All right, so let's go ahead and come up, spin around, so that way we're still facing each other. And then Lexi, you're gonna come closer to this way, remember? Okay, now as we lay down, tuck your hand back behind your head or underneath your head, and use that front hand like a kickstand. Press through to lift the bottom rib, and let's extend that top leg out. When you do, try and reach it away. Lexi, if you're too close, go ahead and adjust away. And let's go ahead and start to lift and lower. And remember, we lift that leg by engaging our buns, right? So we're trying to squeeze our glutes to do it. And keep going. Squeeze and release. Kiddos, this is gonna make any sort of running sideways, like what we do in any of our fun sports, basketball, soccer, etc., faster and more controlled. Baseball, if you're going to steal a base, right? We'll go ahead and go one more. Hold it up there and give me some circles. Circle in one direction. We'll go two more. And one. Reverse it. Take it the other way. And we'll go three. And two. And one. Good. Let's go ahead and come up to a standing position, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, if you're someone who plays lateral sports, Gavin, you go to that side. Lexi, you come to this side, and we're going to be shimmying past each other. So find a nice low position. You got to shimmy so that we work. And we're going to take little tiny side to side. See if you feel a little bit more connected. Good, you got it. Have a little fun. Good. We've got three more. Maybe you got a little squat at the end. Touch it down. And then the other. Last two. Gavin's beating us. Oh, we can't let that happen. Last one. All right, go ahead and bring it center. Good job, guys. Let's go ahead and have a seat on the floor. Okay. And we're stretching, getting a nice good stretch to the back of our leg. And bring it on up and switch. Other leg forward. Remember, good stretches last about 30 seconds and we're not bouncing. We're just getting a nice release to the back of our legs, letting our head go. So do you guys feel like you worked pretty good?
Yeah.
What do you feel the most?
I don't know. Right here.
Where?
Right here.
Your legs? You're feeling your legs a lot?
And then right in the back.
And feeling your shoulder blades quite a bit? Awesome. And let's bring our bottoms of our feet together. Anyone feeling our ab work? Yeah. Try and sit up really tall and then hinge the hips. I feel my abs. I feel mostly my abs, actually, let's be honest. And a little bit of those triceps. And we'll take one good deep breath. You are very flexy, little lady.
I'm not actually that flexible.
And bring it back up. So thank you guys so much for coming. Again, my name's Marilyn. This is
Lexi
and
Gavin.
And we were happy to do some PE with you guys today. Pilates with kids.
Is not that fun, but now it is.
Bye, y'all.